Diplôme de compétences en langue, code AG 021101, session du vendredi 4 février 2011. Enregistrement A.
Hello, this is a message for Dominique Martin. It's Valerie Smith calling with some information about our electricity project in Sri Lanka. Bob Brown thought it might help you to hear about what we decided to do there after the tsunami in 2004. As you probably know, it's a very poor area, and the weather is quite unpredictable. We first thought that large solar panels would be the easiest solution, but then we realized the problems and costs of transport, and looked at alternatives. We thought about wind power, and also hydroelectric, rivers and tidal. Looking at the people's needs, just basic electrical equipment, a fridge, a TV for those who can afford one, basic lighting and so on, and also what the community required in terms of industrial and social power supply, we decided on a combination of solutions. Money was tight, and it seemed to us that combining small-scale solutions gave better value and was more affordable for our organization than trying to find one big-scale solution. Just to give you an idea, we spent around $400 on each small wind turbine, and a hydroelectric plant cost around $162,000. Streetlights were $4,150 apiece. A 1-megawatt turbine would have been about $2.2 million, but we didn't have enough money for that. That was our thinking anyway. I guess you have figures for your situation, and maybe your budget is bigger than ours was. Best of luck.
Enregistrement B.
Today's program looks at the pros and cons of solar energy. We ask our expert, Jim Williams, to spell out the situation for you, the consumer. Hello, Jim. Solar energy, more pros than cons?
Hello, Robin. Generally, yes. After all, one of the great advantages of solar energy is its ability to provide electricity in remote locations that are not linked to a national grid. A good example of this is in space, where satellites are powered by high-efficiency solar cells. In addition, the installation of solar panels in remote locations is usually much more cost-effective than laying the required high-voltage cables. Don't forget as well that solar energy for the production of electricity allows the user to become less dependent on the world's fossil fuel supplies.
That's a good point. But how about pollution?
That's an interesting question. There's no noise pollution because solar energy is silent. Solar panels give off no pollution themselves, but it's true that the production of solar panels does cause pollution in manufacturing, transportation and installation.
But what about the weather? Isn't that a problem in some parts of the world?
Not really. Solar energy can be very efficient in a large area of the globe, and new technologies allow for a more efficient energy production on overcast or dull days. And panels can be installed on rooftops, thus eliminating the problem of finding the required space.
I've heard that solar panels are expensive.
It's true that the initial cost of solar cells may be high, but once installed, they provide a free source of electricity, which will pay back quickly.
Sounds pretty convincing to me. What are the disadvantages? Are there any?
Well, Robin, the major problem is the initial cost. Currently, prices of highly efficient solar cells can be above $1,000, and some households may need more than one. This makes the initial installation of solar panels very costly, especially in a North American or European context. But remember that simpler, less powerful and less expensive versions are easy to install in hot countries, especially for items like street lighting. I'd also add that As we know, solar energy is only able to generate electricity during daylight hours. This of course means for around half of each day, solar panels are not producing energy.
Yes, that's a very good point indeed. Anything else?
Well, extreme weather can affect the efficiency of solar cells, and in heavily polluted areas such as cities, pollution can affect a solar cell's efficiency. This could be a major drawback for some businesses. Obviously, you need to look at each case individually, but generally, especially in rural areas, the number of pros relating to solar energy greatly outweighs the cons.
Jim Williams, thank you very much.
Fin des enregistrements.